Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Sorry for the late video, but honestly, I was so upset from this week's episodes, especially Wednesdays, that I was too angry to talk about it. And it was my birthday um this past week, so I was out celebrating, but I'm here now and this video is going to be talking about how the show is how now further disrespected Trina even when she's not even on screen. So, Wednesday was Spencer's memorial, which it was done so poorly, and unfortunately, like many predicted, Trina was pushed into the background. Trina, the love of Spencer's life, the most important thing to him, is pushed into the background. And for all those people saying, oh, Spencer's family needs to be at the center of his grief, not Trina. Trina wasn't even married to Spencer. They've only been dating for a year. I don't want to hear those excuses because there are so many couples on soap operas, especially on GH, that went through similar circumstances, but they got to be the center of the storyline. So shut up, I don't want to hear it. And yes, Spencer's family deserves to mourn him, but they don't deserve to be at the center. I'm sorry. Especially since a lot of them have for the past year ignored Spencer, ignored Trina, and enabled Esme. Not one of them even showed up at Spencer's going away party. Christina even tried to push Spencer and Esme together and push him away from Trina, even with knowing what Esme did to everybody. It's disgusting and it's disrespectful. And the biggest disrespect on Wednesday is that the writers had Trina, and by extension her family, the only black characters on the show, to decide to stay away from Windermere for the reception with all of his family. Are you serious, GH writers? You basically segregated the black characters from the story. A story where Trina, a black girl, should be the focus. Now, I just want to say major props to Taviana Ali for taking the scraps that GH gave her and making it into a whole buffet. She does it every time, per usual. Her and Nicholas Alexander Chavez always manage to turn coal into diamonds. They do it every time, and Tabby has been killing it these last few episodes. But also, Tabby deserves so much more. She deserves so much better than what she was given. But she still managed to kill it. That's how amazingly talented she is. But there is no reason why Trina was so isolated. Not one of Spencer's family members was seen going over to Trina, making sure she was okay. They didn't even acknowledge her. When Joss lost Oscar, everyone was supporting Joss and making sure she was okay. But when Trina has apparently lost Spencer, because we all know that he ain't dead, he gonna be back in a few months. But when Trina has apparently lost Spencer, especially when he apparently died protecting Trina, no one is going over to her and trying to comfort her? That doesn't even make sense. It's not a secret how Spencer felt about Trina. There's no secret about that. Everyone knew that Trina and Spencer loved each other more than everything. So I don't understand why the writers are treating it like no one in the town knew. Like their relationship was a secret. Nathan and Patrick, listen very carefully. Everyone who worked on that script on Wednesday needs to be fired immediately. It's disgusting that they wrote that. And it's disgusting that Frank Valentini, that you approved that. It's disgusting. So now moving on to Friday's episode, which I didn't even watch because I'm not giving them my viewership unless Trina is on my screen because y'all have lost it. But on Friday's episode, I think it was Friday, we saw Joss mourning Spencer, talking to Carly and Drufus about Spencer and just trying to decide, oh, should I make a post? I don't know how Trina's gonna feel. Then why weren't you over at your best friend's house comforting her? But instead, after you made the post, because spoilers, she decides to post it and it's this big dramatic thing, she goes to the Savoy to be with her boyfriend, who's comforting her, instead of going to her best friend's house, who is clearly suffering right now. I don't get it. Like, we didn't even see Trina this episode. And also in one scene, Carly was talking about Joss and Spencer, and she said their relationship. And I hated that she used that word. They never had a relationship, and they never will. They had a friendship, and let's be honest, their friendship was barely a friendship towards the end. Joss, for the last year and a half, has done nothing but talk down to Spencer and talk trash about him to his face and behind his back. And yes, I know Spencer isn't perfect. He's made a few mistakes, but Joss said some really nasty things to Spencer, like this.
Ever since you got back to Port Charles, bringing the lovely Esme with you, by the way, you have caused nothing but misery. So, why don't you do us all a favor? Especially Trina. Go back to Europe and stay there.
And she never apologized for it. She never apologized for it. But yet, we get a whole segment about Joss's grief and not Trina's. And I'm not saying that Joss isn't allowed to grieve Spencer because they were friends. But the complete disregard for Trina and the erasure of how Joss has been treating Spencer is disgusting. Without even looking at the credits, I knew that Elizabeth Corte had her nasty ass, biased, racist fingers all over this script. We all know how much she loves Carly and by extension Joss. We all know how much she wishes that Joss was as popular as Trina. We know. So I'm not surprised that she decided to make Joss at the center of grieving Spencer, even though she is one of the last people who should be. It should be Trina at the center. I don't care how long Spencer and Trina have been dating. I don't care if they were married or not. The amount of screen time that Trina has gotten, which is next to nothing in a story that should be her story, is disrespectful and it's racist. You cannot tell me otherwise. Because no other couple, especially a super couple, has been treated like this. When a super couple is separated, especially by a presumed death, this love interest is never put off to the side like this. Never. I don't care if we all know he's not really dead. It's still disgusting how she's been pushed off to the side. In her story, Elizabeth Corte needs to be fired. And if she can't be fired, have her write for a character that she wants to write for. And that's Carly. Because she generally wants to write for Carly. And if Carly fans have a problem with that, take it up with her. Because she actually likes Carly. She wants to write for Carly. But she clearly does not want to write for Trina and Spencer. She doesn't. They need to have unbiased writers working on the show because the favoritism is really showing and it's disrespectful, especially during Black History Month. What the hell? Listen, no matter what they try to do, these writers, these biased writers, Corte, need to realize that Trina and Spencer are each other's soulmates. They are the love of each other's lives. They are it for each other. They are a super couple and they have a genuine, beautiful love. Nothing will change that. Stop trying to tie Spencer to these other women who didn't really care about him just because they're white. The fact that Esme, the woman who manipulated Spencer, violated his friends, and supposedly killed him, had a tombstone 10 feet away from Spencer's. It's disgusting. The fact that you still have characters that they even speak to Esme on screen, hyping her up and trying to apologize for her, it's disgusting. The fact that you rather show Joss grieving Spencer, even though she has been so horrible to him in the past year, instead of Trina, who was the only person in the last year to show love and kindness to Spencer. Trina, the love of Spencer's life. Trina, the most important thing to Spencer. It just shows how disgusting you are, Corte. And all the other writers who had a part in this too. You need help. Nathan and Patrick, please either get these writers under control or get rid of them. I don't ever want to see disrespected Trina Robinson or Spencer Cassadine on my screen ever again. They don't deserve it. And Tabiana Ali and Nicholas Alexander Chavez, they don't deserve it either. So that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know. I'm just trying to spread awareness to the disgustingness of GH. I'm trying to spread the awareness of Sprina because we need to keep on hope because listen, we know he's not dead. He's not dead. He's coming back. I'm positive NAC will come back. I'm positive we will have a beautiful reunion because Patrick will definitely be in charge by then and he will have it in his hands. And I'm very confident about Patrick's abilities. But we need to still fight and we need to get rid of these writers with their bias and racist writing because it's not fair. It's not fair. So please comment down below your opinions. I would love to hear them. And please share, like, comment, subscribe, and let's spread the message and let's keep hope. And yep, I hope you guys like this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.